Welcome back everyone to the channel. In this video I would be explaining you how to create a docx file or a PDF file from a SharePoint list items via MS Flows. So there is a very generic requirement where a customer or client wants to have the entire SharePoint list data to be reported in a docx file or PDF file where it can be used as invoice or report in going further. So as you can see, I have already created one sample list, that is product catalog. These are having few items in it, and I would be going to MS Flows where I would be creating one new flow. So I would be choosing it the instant from blank so that I can trigger it manually. I'm naming it as invoice flow and choosing trigger as manual trigger. Okay, so in the next step I need to get the items from the SharePoint. So I'm using get items action, selecting my SharePoint site, choosing my SharePoint list. Now I would need one variable where I can store all the SharePoint data. So I will initialize one variable over here, invoice array, type of array, and I'll just leave the values blank for now. In next step I'll just choose apply to each because I need to iterate through all the items. So now I need to get all the values from the list items. I'll just choose value of items, then add another action which is append to array. I'll just try to find that out. Append to array variable. Yes. Now in this array variable I will append the data. So now what our data would be. So I would be writing manually to this data. Let's say item colon, I'll choose the dynamic content as title, that means product title, comma, price, choose the dynamic content as price, and then choosing quantity, dynamic content quantity. Okay, so these three items I'm creating on the product value, the list item value, item, quantity, and price. So because I would like to capture these data over here, so I'm creating this dynamic variable. So now we have this variable ready for us, then we can move to the next step of populate. There is a premium connector, populate to Word. Over here, populate a Microsoft Word template. So this is a premium one. What it does is it will ask us to provide the template document template file path, and based on that it will create one template which can be in turn be used to create a new file. So I'm just selecting the path because I have already created one document template in my SharePoint site. This is that document template. I'll just show you what this template contains. Okay, this is my template file. So if you don't see this developer section in your ribbon, then you need to go to the options, and in the options you have to navigate to the customize ribbon and checkbox this developer thing so that it can start showing you this controls. So these are the controls where we would be populating the data, where we would be mapping up the data. So let's say I'm just adding a new control. It is a rich text control, just click on the properties. You would name this property so that it can be used in MS Flow while writing the data path to it. Clicking OK, it will add up this thing. So now I have two properties. So one is already there. Okay, so both are with the same name. So I'll just get rid of one. Just removing it. Now you can drop control anywhere in your SharePoint site, as I just shown you that I'm reading this document from one of my SharePoint site. So you must be seeing it that it has started giving this report details column. So now you can dynamically import the entire array. So it's simple to put up the value. Just you need to put the square brackets and curly braces, and then you need to add up that column which you created in your template file, and then pass on this invoice array. Alright, so we are done with creating this template. Now in the next step, we would be creating one file using this template which we just created. So we would like to create the file in SharePoint itself. I'm choosing create file in SharePoint. Choosing the site, choosing the folder path. I would be choosing shared documents. So now in the name of the file, you can provide name as you want. So I'm just naming it as invoice docx. Content of the file. In the content of the file, you need to choose this Microsoft Word document which we created in the previous step. So till this step we have created one docx file. So I'm just saving it so that we can test whether our flow is creating that docx file out of that SharePoint list or not. So to test it, you can just click on test, perform the action. It will ask to validate you as owner, then run the flow. Done. So let's see how the flows goes. Okay, so it succeed. So let's see if we got that file created or not. Okay, so we have it. I'm just opening this invoice docx. Okay, cool. We have the data. That's nice. So now in the next step, because the further we would like to create one PDF file which can be shared with the customer in sort of sharing the invoice report. So I'm just creating a next step and choosing the premium connector convert doc to PDF. So here we go, convert document to PDF. So now you need to select the location for it. So location would be SharePoint site, document library, and then you need to specify which document you would like to convert. So because I would like to convert this invoice docx, I'm just choosing that one. So now done. So convert the document would be converted to PDF, but post that we need to create that PDF file. So I'll just add create file and create file to SharePoint. I'm choosing the same SharePoint site and document library. So now in the name of the file, so let's name it as invoice PDF, and in the content of file we need to choose that PDF document which we created in previous step. Now saving this flow, testing it once again. Run a flow. Done. Okay, so it ran successfully, and we have the invoice PDF ready as well. Cool. So it has the content, the SharePoint list content. That's cool. So in this video, you have learned how to create a docx file and a PDF file using the SharePoint list item via Microsoft Flow. If you are familiar with creating the intuitive UI or designs for the invoices, then you would be able to capture the designs using different available designs and then create these invoice reports. So I think this video could be helpful for you. Thanks again. Bye.